Welcome back, everyone.
Hey, so what do you think about life on Venus?
You know, I don't care. It's just the sad truth is like whatever comes of that doesn't matter to me right now. It's
I,
cool.
I don't think it matters to a lot of people in general, but I will say that the concept is very exciting just to think about in my mind.
I think personally, I bet there's life on every planet and moon in our solar system.
We just don't know how to
Yeah, I
detect
bet
it
there's
or
life
account for
on the
it.
moon. Like I bet there's some form of microbe or something because you've read about these extreme animals that survive and they live in lava or they live in acid and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. I mean, they just, in the last, 10 years, didn't they invent some new submarine that can withstand more depths and they went deeper in the ocean than they'd ever gone before and discovered like 1,000 new species they didn't know about? Just.
Basically, yeah, yeah. Everywhere we go, we find life. And we have this set of precursors for what can sustain life, hydrogen, and
How are
is it
you
hydrogen
set,
and
how
oxygen?
are you setting these up, by the way? Oh, wait, I can see.
I've put mine in, so
Okay.
you can just do the same.
Are they all in the same order to make sure
Yeah,
it's
they
okay?
are all in the same order. So like if you take out stone, put whatever
Oh,
color in that
fuck
one for
me.
all of them.
Actually,
But it should be pretty easy because like if you
oh,
like do this one here,
hold
the other
on.
one's straight
I
across.
accidentally put something in on the ground. There it goes. And why did it click?
Because dropper.
Oh, the dropper way down there clicked. Okay. Yeah, I accidentally put the thing down trying to look in the chest to see which hopper was the last one you put something in. And I broke it and it went into the hopper, and therefore it went through the system.
uh, but yeah, I mean, I don't think that our precursors
Wait,
for
why am I
life are
not?
even
Oh, never mind.
accurate.
Well, and
Um,
that is the interesting thing is to say that we we basically are only looking for what we know of as like our own life, but there's so many other life that could exist, right?
right. Yeah. No, I think at some point in the future, like they'll huh, my webcam's just been on the screen. Oh crap, I forgot to switch. Ha! That's funny. That's real funny. God, that's so funny. So my webcam's not plugged into that computer, so it's just a still image of me getting up from my chair from earlier whenever I was doing the podcast. And I forgot to switch off of my like Twitch profile, so it's got like the number of subs I have on Twitch and like my little bit jar and the still image of me. And I'm sure there's tons of comments from the last episode wanting to know like what the fuck's going on with that guy. That's great. I love it. Well, now you guys know the answer, but I'm not gonna do anything about it. It's just there. Uh, wow. Um, but yeah, I think at some point in the future, our definition of life will be greatly changed. How do you feel about identifying artificial intelligence as a form of life?
Oh, that gets. Oh man, that gets really tricky. So one of the series I had not seen previously until this year. I've never watched Star Trek uh, Voyager
Really, that's
before.
my favorite one.
I just finished it like last couple weeks ago now, like all 7 seasons and everything. So now I'm all caught up in it, and I think it was good. I think the premise was really cool. There's certain things I didn't like about it, sure, but the doctor in that makes
Uh
me
huh.
really, granted, he's a real person. He's got a personality, like he's an actor that's playing that. But that kind of concept, like
Right.
he's an artificial intelligence, he's a hologram, and he became like a crew member and a valued, person in society. And granted, he had technology from,
Like, wasn't there a point where they were gonna have to like format him or something, and like he was basically that's the same as killing
yeah,
him,
they made
sort
an
of thing?
argue. They made an argument with Starfleet directly because they were going to like decommission him because of something that had happened and that he had done, and they made the argument that he was an actual living person essentially.
Right. Yeah. That was my favorite captain too. How'd you like Janeway?
I liked Janeway. I've seen her in Orange is the New Black prior to seeing Voyager, which made it a little weird because I was just so stunned at how skinny she was in Voyager.
Yeah.
I mean, skinny, and I mean, I don't even think she was just like a normal person. She like looked at the season 1. She looked like she was gonna like anorexic, like she was gonna snap her legs when she walked. I don't know if that was camera angles or what, but then seeing her as a very large woman, you know, and Orange is the New Black. Also, I watched it on Amazon Prime. And Amazon Prime, one of the things I like and I don't like about it is anytime you pause it, it shows you a picture of any actor or actress.
Yeah, that's so weird.
And I kind of like it because sometimes I'm like, who is that? And I'll actually pause it because I'll use the feature. But why it's there just in general is such a strange thing to me. And it's never
cool,
it's a current picture of those people though, not a picture of them back then. So it's like you pause it and you're like, oh, this person was played by I'm like, are you sure that's the person that this is playing?
Right.
They don't even look the same.
Yeah. She reads audiobooks too, Kate Mulgrew. And so I've like listened to tons of books just because she's the one reading it.
I'm not. I think she was a good captain. On Picard will always be my favorite, but I think it's just because he was the one that the Star Trek that I grew up with was The Next Generation. You know, I think it's one of those things that people are going to always have their Star Trek. I think, though, I always still think it's always going to be Next Generation versus the original. Nobody's like, oh, Voyager's my Star Trek, you know.
I don't know. Me and Aurelian both are Voyager. We Voyagers are our Star Trek.
What about Deep Space Nine?
I could never get through Deep Space Nine. I've never actually watched Deep Space Nine.
I tried to turn it on, and I watched like half of an episode, and I was like, I'm just not. It's not intriguing me enough to keep watching right now. And I thought maybe like the guy that I was watching, he feels like apparently I'm assuming he's the captain in the whole thing, the black guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know enough about it. And I only know this from the pictures. I felt like he was reading from a script the entire time. And granted, they're actors, they're reading from a script, but he felt like he was reading from a script the entire time I watched. And I was thinking he was just some side character that was about to get like killed off because the acting seemed so bad. And then when it paused and it showed like the picture of like the cast for the foreseeable future, I was like, oh, he's the main front and center guy. Like this is
he's Captain Forever. This is I've watched the whole first season and I couldn't even get into it in one whole season. So yeah, that's one that's the only Star Trek I've never watched.
What's the one with Sam Beckett?
That's Enterprise.
That's Enterprise. Okay. I remember when that came out on TV, I watched the first episode and I was still.
Is that his name or is that his fucking name?
No, that's his name in Quantum. That's his name in Quantum Leap.
Damn it, I hate it.
But you knew exactly what I was talking about. And I remember him being the captain. It really intrigued me because I was still into Quantum Leap back then when that came out as well. And I was like, this is going to be like great. And I never watched it again. But that was back before DVR. I was still young. Like it wasn't.
The problem with that series is that it was supposed to be a prequel to all of them, right? But it looked
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's the first ship. That's why it's called Enterprise. So that's before anything else. And it was so hard because the technology has changed so much in terms of recording, just set design, all that you could not immerse yourself as if this is a prequel because everything looks more advanced. Technology. Yeah, it looks more advanced than the fucking first one, right? So like, but yeah, like it's funny because in that one they test doing a teleport for the first time ever and stuff like that.
Wow.
So it's got some interesting bits. But then there's also bits that people say just don't flow with the other shows and continuity wise. It only made 2 seasons, maybe 3, before it got canceled. It didn't make it far. Have you seen the new Star Trek, the one that you have to pay ABC for, or ABC, whoever the fuck it is?
No.
Now that one is very good.
I was told differently. I was told it was terrible.
Oh, it's amazing. I love it.
Let me ask you this. Until we're completely off topic on anything else we were like going today. What does the term canon mean to you?
Canon is things that whoever the creator of an IP deemed to be part of the actual story.
So, I guess after watching Star Trek Voyager, I started.
Someone's talking about to get bread. I gotta go give it to him real quick. Just talk about cool stuff. I'll be right back.
Bread. He's getting bread. Okay, he's getting bread. Well, we'll talk about Canon here in a minute, guys. So I guess since you guys are all here and it's just me, let's test to make sure this thing actually works and come up with a way. So right now we've got two things that we're going to need to do after every lottery draw. And one is to replace the die, which shouldn't be too hard because the dies will always end up in these things right here. And all we do is move them from this last hopper into this dropper. It's not that big of a deal. Oh, well, hi, everybody. Now Guude's here to ruin our fun.
Sorry, a friend was stopping by to grab a loaf of bread.
But we'll have to move these from here to here. And then the other thing we have to do is get the actual item and get them back in the spot that they came from. I'm trying to talk to
So are you going to try to automate this back in?
I'm getting it in the audience's mind of they can tell us how to automate it. But I want to test this thing now that we got the wool in there and see like how it works.
Okay. All right. So, what were you told about the new Star Trek?
That was bad.
Wow, that's just so not true.
I hit the button.
Did they give a reason?
No, I didn't look too much into it. I just heard people didn't like it.
Oh no, I loved it. There's a season I haven't got to watch. I might try to do that tonight, in fact.
That looks pretty decent. Okay, so two blues came up. That kind of sucked.
That's fine. 2 blues.
Well, I was open for multiple different colors to come up to make it look at how the.
Did you get a color?
No. There was 2 blues, an orange, and a brown.
Oh, and a brown. Okay, the brown was mixed in with dirt, and I couldn't see it.
One more time. I was trying to looking at how the wools bounce. It takes a little while for them to come out amazingly. You saw me hit the button, right?
Yeah.
And then wait for it.
Wait for it.
There it goes. Yellow. Ah, that's a good, nice assortment.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I like it. I like the wools.
Yeah. This turned out. Oh well, fell down. This turned out better than I anticipated, honestly.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to sort. So yeah, I heard that they were bad, but do they follow the canon?
Yeah.
So, because one thing I didn't realize was, like, I love the Star Trek, but the new Star Trek movies I think are fantastic as well. The ones with, the hell is that actor's name that plays, not Picard, fuck, what was the other captain? Robert Shatner's guy.
I don't know.
Robert Shatner, Bill Shatner, William Shatner. That's it.
Mm-hmm. I knew who you wanted.
What the fuck is his name, though?
I don't know who the new guy. I don't know.
No. But what's that captain's name in Star Trek?
Oh,
I am blanking out on.
What?
Right? Kirk.
Yeah, that's his name.
Kirk, Captain Kirk. Jesus Christ, that was hard. But apparently, those movies that went back to that and have the Spock is the guy from the Heroes show.
Yep.
Those ones apparently set a whole new canon. It's a whole new world. If you follow the movie timeline, it's a whole different timeline.
Is it?
And that's when I started to get
remember.
Introduced into the world of like canon versus not. And, like all these reviews kept talking about being what was canon and what wasn't. And I was like, what the fuck does canon mean? Like I've never heard this term before used like this. So
yeah. I guess like a lot of people want Voyager thrown out, basically.
Why?
Because they say it ruined the franchise because of the time travel at the end.
But there was time travel at the end and early on. I do find it funny that, and this is spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen it yet. This was early spoilers. I'm not going to give the end spoilers. The holographic doctor from the 2400s or the 24th century, so the 2500s. He is 2300s. 24th century is 2300s, right?
Yes, because we're in the 21st century.
Yes. So the holographic doctor from that time frame gets technology from the 29th century because of somebody who's time traveling back in the 20th century in order to make him be able to be as autonomous as possible.
I don't remember that part, but it's been a very long time since I watched Voyager.
Yeah.
That's one I actually own on DVD. Well, I might. I don't know if that's one of the DVDs that got stolen. I hope not, because those were very fucking expensive. Not that they're worth anything near that now. But Star Trek used to, all their series were $100 a season.
Really?
So I bought Voyager for $700 basically.
Jesus. But now they're on, fucking Amazon Prime.
Yeah. Yeah. But someone robbed my building up there, and all they took was a tub of DVDs, and they left one tub of DVDs and took one tub. So I don't know what I have and what I don't anymore.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
Hopefully they took the Survivor DVDs and then they've never seen Survivor and they're like, let's see who wins. And they're like, oh, it's on the cover.
Yeah, God, that's such a dumb design choice, right? Like, God, who thought, like, let's put the winner on the cover, y'all?
That's the funny. When you told me that for the first time, I was just like, wow.
Yeah, no, it's extremely awful.
But this was all back to AI being considered alive or not, right?
Yeah. But yeah, so a lot of people don't like the way it ended because that's why we got Enterprise next, a prequel, because they said that basically there's no way to go from here because everything's fucked up in the timeline. So there's no way to make a series after that. Granted, they figured out a way now, obviously, with the ABC All Access.
But they didn't fuck up the timeline. Like, there was time travel at the end, but why would you not be able to make another?
Well, like the Borg's been destroyed. From this point forward,
Borg hasn't been destroyed, though.
Yeah, they did. That was how the show ended. They destroyed the Borg.
They destroyed their tunnel network to be able to as easily infect other parts of the system.
Well, they also put a virus into the whole network and destroyed the hive mind.
They did kind of do that.
Yeah, so without the Borg's interconnectivity, the Borg is nothing. The Borg doesn't operate as individuals, But even without the Borg, any problem that happens in any episode after the finale of Voyager can be solved by, just call up Janeway and them, and let's just fucking Chakotay and Janeway and all them, and they'll just time travel and fix it. Basically,
yeah, there was like multiple time travel timelines throughout Voyager, though.
I don't remember anything but the one.
One where Chakotay and Kim, they time traveled back because he tried to do some vector coordinates. They thought they could use a slipstream to get back home, and apparently his calculations are wrong, and they were like leading in the ship in the Delta Flyer, and Voyager spun out of control and everybody died, and they lived like 20 years and ended up stealing Federation technology to do time traveling and going and finding
this
Voyager.
Is all part of the finale, right?
No, this was like episode or season 4.
Huh,
it's just a random side storyline that they put in there. That it involved. They had a lot of them that involved time travel, a lot of episodes.
I don't remember anything but the finale.
Yeah. I love time travel episodes of anything, so I pay very close attention to them.
But yeah, I mean, I like I said, I've always loved Voyager, but I think the new stuff is really good. They have this.
Did you pay for it though?
Yeah.
You bought CBS All Access just for that, or was it on CBS All Access? Is that the one?
Yeah, one of those. It's on CBS, NBC, ABC. One of the All Access. It is CBS, isn't it? Now that you say that, I've been saying NBC and ABC this whole time because I couldn't fucking remember. But yeah, yeah. And there's nothing else on there worth watching.
Right. Well, that's why I have kind of a problem with it. Yeah. I heard that they were going to try to bring back a Stargate in the same way, which I love Stargate franchise, and I would not just subscribe to maybe Stargate's the one that's supposed to be on CBS All Access. No, I don't remember. But
well, they have a really the captain. The story is very good. The story is very good.
The captain is Picard, isn't it?
No.
The series being called Picard? No.
Oh, I haven't watched Picard actually.
Oh, I thought that's what we were talking about.
No.
Oh, wait, what are you talking about then?
The new Star Trek series.
The new Star Trek series is called Picard.
No, there was one before Picard that's still going.
There was?
And
I know nothing about this one.
Oh, it's so good.
I know Picard is the one I was talking about that I heard was terrible.
Oh, that's too bad. I keep meaning to check that one out. I haven't had a chance there.
I thought that was the only one they put behind the firewall. Or the paywall.
Mm-mm.
What is... Okay, Star Trek... And it's still going. Is it Discovery?
Is that what it's called? Yeah, it is what it's called. I think you're right.
Okay, I do actually now remember the first time that Star Trek Discovery came out, and I was they did the first season, or the first episode they played on network TV. And
Yeah, they played one
that,
episode.
Right,
Right.
it was... That's right. I got a little upset with it. Oh, I need to find out when Orville's supposed to come back, if it comes back now. Orville was fantastic, by the way.
Right now, they're focusing on animation everywhere, basically, because that's the only fucking thing. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing I have watched on All Access is the Twilight Zone. They brought the Twilight Zone back on All Access.
Oh, I never watched the Twilight Zone.
Really? Ever?
Nope.
Like, no, not as a kid or anything?
Nope.
Huh. I hear you.
I know, like, the intro to it because it's been overplayed in so many movies and things like that,
Sure,
but
yeah.
I've never seen an episode of it.
Huh. I just realized they have Avatar on here, which is on Netflix now. That probably sucks for them.
Like Avatar, the movie?
No, the Last Airbender and Korra.
Yeah, it's on. But wasn't there a big deal with one of them being in like HD and one of them not though?
Whenever Last Airbender first came to Netflix, for the first week it wasn't in HD, but it is now.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a big deal.
They fixed it pretty quick.
I remember, so Stargate, when I first started watching Stargate, it was on Amazon Prime, and it was fantastic, but then Prime was going through some changes at the time, so sometimes you couldn't access the shows, and I got frustrated and wanted to keep watching it. Turned out it was also on Hulu. Hulu had like the 4:3 version as opposed to the 16:9 version, and it was the edited for TV versus the release on DVDs. So there was like differences in them, which I found very strange and hard to like swallow. I like wouldn't watch it on Hulu because I wanted to watch it back on Amazon. So I wanted 16:9, and I wanted like my intro back, and not like there was weird credits in places where you could tell there was commercial breaks that they put in there on the the episode I watched in Hulu, because you couldn't really edit them out in the way that it just the DVD releases apparently do. Like, it was very strange.
Yeah.
Very
When we watched The Last Airbender, we watched it all the week it released. And it was all 4:3 and like 360p. And then the next week they went HD after we finished it.
Did you watch it again?
No.
It's not Hamilton.
No, it's not Hamilton. I have watched Dragon Prince twice, and I've watched Hamilton probably 100 times now. I wish Disney Plus kept track of that sort of thing, honestly. Because, like, I just put it on now. I don't even look at the screen. It's like music, basically. I mean, it is music, obviously, but like... I just like when I'm doing something, I just have it playing.
Did you have any other movies like that, just out of curiosity? Like, it's funny with me, like, I Rent, we've talked about, but that like fits in the same category, musical. I'd get addicted to it and watch it multiple times. I will tell you, when I was in high school, for some reason, my sister and I mean, I think the movie is fantastic, but for probably my junior year, her senior year, every day when we got home from school, we would sit down and watch The Rock.
Wow, that was one of my two. I have two movies. You're talking about the Nicolas Cage,
yes,
Little Green Balls, in Alcatraz. Yes, I have seen that movie 1,000 times.
So it's so funny because one of the girls I used to work with when I was in the ICU, one of the nurses with me, we started talking about movies one day. She told me that she and her brother did the exact same fucking thing too. It was The Rock every day after school. Like, what was that movie? Why did that movie get so popular with some random people, including myself?
Know. Yeah, no, I also have seen The Rock 1,000,000 times. My other one is Hocus Pocus. Me and my cousin got.
Is that the one with the
Hocus
three
Pocus.
witches?
Yeah. Yep, I've seen Hocus Pocus 1,000 times too.
Yeah, I can't say I fit that stare. I don't even know if I saw the whole thing one time through. I think it's so crazy that you are the second person who has told me that The Rock was like...
Yeah, for years I used to say it was my favorite movie, even though it really wasn't. Like, it's not
crazy.
even that great of a movie. It's just okay.
I thought the movie was the best movie ever back then. I watched it like last year, I think it was on TV, and I made Julia watch it because I was like, oh my God, it's my favorite movie. And we got done with it, and she was like, what the fuck? Like, that was kind of stupid. And I was like, yeah, you're right. It was pretty stupid, actually.
Yeah. No, I've watched it again. Not as recent as you, but as an adult, I've watched it, and I'm like, this movie is not great in any way. So yeah,
Wow,
I don't
that's
know
so
why.
funny. Two movies in your mind, and one of them was the movie I was thinking of.
Yeah, yeah, yep. The Rock and Hocus Pocus are the only two movies that's ever caught me in that
Wow.
way, where I just watched it and watched it and watched it and watched it. Um, my daughter's addicted to. There's this series on Netflix called Tales of Arcadia,
I've heard of
and
that. Wait, isn't that like a show from when we were in like high school? That's not
not that
new,
I'm
is
aware.
it?
It is very new by
Is it? Oh.
Gil, the guy that did God, I can't think of his name.
And
He
maybe
did Howl's Moving
maybe
Castle.
this might not be what I'm thinking of because yeah, it started in 2016, so that's not.
Yeah.
Huh.
But yeah, she's been Gil, Guillermo del Toro. That's who made it.
Guillermo del Toro.
But it's like it's interesting because it's three separate shows that all take place in a town called Arcadia. So they're like the first series is called Troll Hunters, and then there's a series called Three Below, and then there's a series called Wizards. And they're all intertwined because they all take place in Arcadia and they share some characters, but not all characters. And but you should watch them in order. And so she had watched them all, and like I hadn't. And so we're currently rewatching Troll Hunters because she wants me to know what's up to.
Yeah, interesting. Looking at the Wikipedia page, kind of describes, Troll Hunters is 3 seasons, Three Below is 2 seasons, and Wizards is 1 thus far. And they do
Right.
kind of overlap well, I guess they don't really overlap.
Like there's characters that I know
original
for sure.
release dates, of course. I thought I was looking at this date thinking it was talking about when they were like going, but yeah, this is release dates. They don't overlap.
Right. Yeah, I guess like because I've seen some of Wizards because that's the one she's just watching over and over and over again. I think she must have a crush on one of the characters or something. I haven't asked her because I don't want to embarrass her. But like I don't know why. But there's something in Wizards has got her addicted. She's watched that season like 10 times at least. So I know that some of the characters that I'm being introduced to in Troll Hunters are in that because I've caught them when I'm walking past and stuff. But I've been trying to avoid spoilers. So they're intertwined, but not completely. I guess I don't know. But yeah, she's been addicted to that. But yeah, we've with Dragon Prince, we're both addicted to that. We both watched it twice, and we've listened to the audiobook together. And just waiting on the next season at this point.
Have you seen Warehouse 13?
Yeah.
So
I don't think I finished it though.
So Eureka was a sci-fi show I thought was fantastic.
I liked Eureka too.
Yeah,
I don't think I finished it, but I did.
Eureka's great. It's like a full storyline from start to finish. It's like, I don't know, it's just so good in the way that the whole thing is done.
Yeah.
Warehouse 13 was apparently a show that was going on about the same time as Eureka, and they were similar. People say they're similar in genre, so they do spin-off episodes like together as well. It's like they're that close. I love everything about Eureka, and I decided last year I was going to watch Warehouse 13, and I started watching it. I cannot, for the life of me, get into that show, and I don't know if it's something wrong with me, because usually when shows are like sister shows or they do spin-offs together, they're very similar. I do not feel that they're similar at all.
Huh.
Maybe
I
haven't gotten into it enough.
Warehouse 13 enough.
Oh yeah, I wish you had seen that one.
But I've not seen all of Eureka either. I only watched like 2 seasons of Eureka.
It's still on Prime. You should actually continue that one because it is so good. That gets into some crazy a kid show.
Yeah, when I watched it, I was a kid.
I mean, when did it start? No, Eureka. I don't even think it started until I was in like college.
Surely not. No, I feel much younger when I was watching Eureka. I feel like I was in high school.
Let me find out. I also didn't start watching it right when it first came out, so it's possible that it's started before I realized. No original soundtrack. I don't care about that. 2006.
Yeah, I guess I'm wrong about when I watched this. I felt much younger though.
Yeah, I was graduated with a master's degree when the show started.
Huh. It felt like such a younger kid show, I guess.
I mean, it's more like it's almost like the rom-com vibe is what it is. It's not a serious show.
Yeah.
But it is serious. Like, it's got serious topics it talks about, but it's more lightheartedly. You would enjoy it. You would enjoy it though because
now,
it gets.
I'm wondering how old was she?
It gets really into some crazy time travel shit. Time travel, parallel universe stuff, like really built into it. It's pretty cool for that aspect, that's for sure.
Let's see, she was born in 91. So she would have been too young. Okay.
You're trying to figure out if your daughter watched it?
No, no. I remember thinking his daughter was cute in the show.
Oh, yeah. Well, she started in the show. She was like 16.
Yeah, I think she was like 17 or something like that.
Yeah, then
so,
she was like, by the time the show ended, it was 6 seasons long. You know, she was
right.
You know, she was legal.
Yeah, I don't know if she was in the first episodes I saw.
No, she definitely was not in the first episode you saw.
Right. All right. Well, let's not worry about that. Yeah, we should end this episode anyways. We could get the hell out of here.
All right, guys.
Well, I didn't do anything this episode. I just kind of stood around until we talked about Star Trek. So,
I mean, it's the
cool.
podcast. Welcome back.
Cool episode. Thanks for watching, everybody.
See you guys.